not far from the Kansas City metropolitan area. Masters University Mustangs come out on the floor. They are from Santa Clarita, California. As both teams head to midcourt, it's Suarez and the Mustangs in the white uniforms with navy trim. The Benedictine Ravens with black uniforms and red trim, and we are underway. On the right wing, the drive up and in as Benedictine gets the first points on the board as Yates lays it up right over the paint and in for two. Over to the left wing. Mustangs looking underneath, don't have a man there. They'll use the right wing instead. Off to Suarez, now back to the top of the key as they're working the man-to-man defense for Benedictine. Now the top of the key, a drive, here's the shot, blocked out of bounds. Nearly out of bounds and then taken back. Shot clock down to 3. They'll have to fire it up. Here's the shot off the rim and it doesn't go in. Follow-up misses as well. Hatterley with the rebound, and we're back to the Benedictine end of the gymnasium. Here at Municipal Auditorium at the left wing. Benedictine early stages with a 2-0 lead. 19 minutes left to go here in the first half. Follow a jump shot. That one's going to fall off the rim. Old white jerseys underneath. Skyscraper rebound by Suarez, quickly down to the other end. Here's Russell on the layup, he misses it. Hatterley again with the rebound, and Benedictine down to the other end. Three-point shot fake, they'll work it at the top of the key instead. Now they'll go for the three at the top of the key, and that's gonna go in for Hatterley. Hatterley now with his first points of the game, a three at the top of the key. Three-point shot, right wing. That one's not going to fall for Shackelford. Follow-up doesn't go down, and again, underneath, it's the Ravens for the rebound. 5-0, Benedictine with the lead. Yates over to the right wing. Now O'Connor, it's tipped away. It'll go out of bounds and then back to Benedictine. So good hustle there by Russell, who tapped that one out of bounds. Just in front of us, it should be Gross. And there is Ryan Moody, the head coach for the Benedictine College Ravens, giving instruction to his team. Coach Moody looking on as his team with a 5-point lead. There's a three-point shot. That one's going to go in as Yates trains a three-pointer from the left wing. Wow, did he shoot that one up or what? From the three-point line on the left wing and fired that one home. Let's look at that again. Here's the replay. You can see the setup, and nobody was really on him, and he fired that one in. Very excited with a big smile, and a foul as well at the line. So he'll come to the free throw line to shoot. As a first-team foul for the Mustangs, and at the line it is Andre Yates, the 6', 195 senior from Dayton, Ohio. Takes a good look at it. Here's the shot off the front of the rim. Actually just hit the net, went out of bounds. So we'll see the Mustangs take over as they come down the field with an 8-point deficit. 17:57 left here in the first half. Early stages of this one. Again, the Masters University Mustangs seeded number 2 in this bracket. Benedictine seeded number 7. So far, 75% from the floor for Benedictine. 3 of 4, and 2 for 2 at the three-point line. A three-point shot, that one's going to fire up and not go in. Shackelford with the miss just off the back of the rim. So far 0 for 3 at the three-point line, 0 for 5 on the floor for the Mustangs. A drive by the Ravens, and instead they're going to pass it back to the perimeter. Shot clock down to 10. They're looking for a drive through the middle of the lane. Can't get the shot. Left baseline is open. There's a three-pointer. That one doesn't go up, and then off the chest of it looked like it came right off the chest of Russell as he was trying to get up there and get that rebound. And so Benedictine will maintain control of the ball. There's a good look of head coach Kelvin Starr, the head coach of the Mustangs, as he looks on from his team from Santa Clarita, California. Three-point shot left wing. That one's going to miss just as the shot clock went off for Hatterley. Quickly, Russell down to the other end. They'll take it to the top of the key. Shackelford a drive through the lane. This one's going to go off the back of the rim. Just can't get it to go down. And a foul as Suarez was trying to take the ball up, and he was fouled on his arm for the shot. That'll shoot 2 at the line. So at the line, it'll be Tim Suarez, a 6'10", 245 freshman from Everson, Washington. Suarez puts the first points on the board for the Mustangs. And Suarez looking at the line there. Good. Is that the freshman from Everson, 6'10"? There's the shot, and he makes 2 for 2 at the line. So now the Mustangs with 2 on the board. Sometimes those little opening jitters in the first game, and Mustangs looks like they've probably gotten past that with that shot right there, and the first 2 up on the board. Now an 8-2 lead for Benedictine as they have control of the ball. Over on the right wing, thinking about it, shot clock down to 10. At the top of the key, a drive left side, trapped out by good defense. Here's the drive, the shot, off balance, little hook shot is not going to fall. Rebound by the Ravens. They're going to pass it out as the shot clock resets. They pass it underneath, and the deflection, the shot is knocked back by Yenner, but that's going to be a foul across the arm as Hatterley was trying to put that one in on the baseline left side. He'll shoot 2 at the line. That's a second team foul for now for the Mustangs as Christian Hatterley toes the free throw line. Christian, a 230 junior from Omaha, Nebraska. That one is not going to fall so far for Benedictine. Shooting 42% now from the floor, 3 of 7. Mustangs fire that one up. That's not going to fall. Rebound taken down by Suarez, and he's struggling to try to get that free, and I believe it's a foul on defense. It looks like the Benedictine Ravens will be hit with that one, as that'll go against Gross, his second. The team's second, his first personal. O'Connor with 1 so far. And again at the free throw line, it's Suarez. Suarez with the only 2 points so far, make that 3 for the Mustangs. Sub out as Yenner comes out of the game. And coming in for him will be Hansel Atenassia, the 5'11", 170 sophomore from Columbia. That one's going to go in as well. So far the big scorer for the Mustangs has pretty much been the action of Suarez, now with all the 4 points up on the board for the Mustangs at this point. 9-4, 16 minutes left here in the first half. So far, 0 of 7 for the Mustangs from the floor so far. They tried a backhanded shot or a pass to the baseline as Yates had it. Standing at the baseline was Shackelford, or Hatterley, and it was not able to get it to him as it was tapped away by the Mustangs. Shot clock at 12, and they'll send it in. Benedictine will take their time. It looks like the 3-point shot will fire up, not good, and a foul underneath. At Fleming underneath the basket, it looks like he's going to be charged with a foul and a push-off underneath. That'll be his first and the team's third. Inbounds pass, and we're back underway. Atencio with the ball at the top of the key, looking over to the left wing. Back to Atencio on the left wing. Down underneath, they're going to give and go. That one's rejected back, slapped back, and they got that one back, but it was taken right in the hands of Fleming and taken away. Wow. A lot of action going on underneath the basket for the Mustangs. A hard-fought battle there with Suarez as well, with a lot of pressure by the Benedictine Ravens. That one is going to fire up by Atenassia. That one is not going to fall for him. So now shooting 0 for 4 at the 3-point line, and so far not yet getting a shot in. 0 for 10 from the floor for the Mustangs. That ball loose on the floor. Going back to get it is O'Connor. He's got pressure. Nobody there with him, and now coming back is Ghost. Ghost will take it to the free throw line. Tries a drive right side. It's blocked. Blocked by Suarez, and a quick run down to the other end. Thinking better of it is Tennessee, as he had a left wing shot. Instead, it's going to be a three-pointer on the right wing by Shackelford. And Shackelford brings the string of zeros to 1 and 5 now from the three-point line, shooting 20% now for the Mustangs and within 2. Timeout on the floors. It looks like maybe a little moisture. Let's see. Well, they're setting the clock, it looks like. The officials coming over to the scorers table. They're going to bring the subs in. Is coming in now for Benedictine will be number 25. That's Jake Shinath. He's a senior from Herman, Missouri. Coming out will be number 20, O'Connor. O'Connor with the personal so far. And also coming out of the game is number 32, Hatterley. So O'Connor, Shinath, and Yates will come in sub. Fleming will send it in, and we're back underway. 14:24 left here in the first half. Benedictine with the lead by 2, 7-9. Working the right baseline, like a zone defense. Now they're using man-to-man primarily. Man-to-man defense. They'll try a baseline drive. Shot clock down to 5. There's a baseline shot. It's nearly the back end and a foul. Reach in, and I believe that's going to go to Shanath. That'll be his first and the team's fourth now for Benedictine. So the Mustangs with a chance to tie it here with a two-pointer or get ahead with a three-pointer. The first time of the game, Benedictine is led from the start. There's a three-point shot. That one just off the back of the rim is not going to go down. Is Fleming with the rebound. Shackelford with the attempt at the top of the key. Ravens shooting 3 of 11 from the floor. There's a drive. That one's going to bank off the backboard and go in. Cutney with the shot, his first 2. Off to the left wing, now the left baseline. Benedictine playing the man-to-man defense. Off to the right baseline, they'll drive it through. Backhanded layup is not going to fall. For Tennessee, just couldn't get it to go. Heavy pressure by the Ravens underneath. Baseline right side. And an errant pass over the outstretched hands of Ghost, so that'll go back over to the Mustangs. Let's go look at that again for Benedictine, that last play that they had. See the setup there, and then here's the shot as he drives to the basket, and the shot goes in. Great shot by Benedictine. Again, with the lead, 11-7. So far, Benedictine shooting 33% from the floor, 4 of 12, 2 of 6 at the three-point line, while the Mustangs shooting 1 of 13, 7% from the floor, and 1 of 6, 16% from the three-point line. Baseline fadeaway jump shot. That one's going to hit the rim. Bounces, nearly goes in, and then tapped out of bounds by Benedictine. Looked like it went off the fingertips of Clark. And the Mustangs will have it back under their own basket. 11-7, 12, just under 12 and a half minutes left to go here in the first half. Tennessee will send it in. Baseline three-pointer. That one doesn't go down. So again, the Mustangs just having a hard time getting that bucket for that ball to go in the bucket right now here in the first stages of this one, but still close within 4, obviously. Three-point shot left wing. That one's a pretty shot. That one goes in for Shanath. That's his first points of the game. Now a 7-point lead for Benedictine. Three-point shot left wing. That's a pretty shot. There you go. Shackelford gets that one to drop. And Shackelford now with 2 3-pointers. 6 in the game so far for Shackelford. Working the top of the key. It'd be in that man-to-man defense by the Mustangs as we've seen from the start. Drive to the lane, left side, trapped out, still able to get the shot up, and in is Fleming as he puts it in for 2. Fleming with his first points of the game. 11:15 left to go here in the first half. Ravens with the lead for Benedictine. Benedictine College facing off against the Masters University Mustangs. Shot doesn't want to go in. 2 of 17 now, 11% for the Mustangs as that one goes in, and a defensive foul set underneath the basket was Johnson, but not in time, and that'll be a defensive foul as Fleming will go to the free throw line. So Connor Fleming toes the free throw line, takes a look, and fires that one away, and it finds its way home after hitting the rim about 4 or 5 times. We're getting subs as 3 or 4 players. Looks like 3 players coming out. It's a good shot of Connor Fleming, the 215-pound senior from St. Louis, Missouri, played at Westminster Academy. It's ready for his second of 2 shots. Fleming so far with 3 defensive rebounds, a personal foul, and 3 points. Make that 4 for Fleming. 18-10 as the Benedictine Ravens with an 8-point lead now here as the first half dwindles down. Mustangs with it, top of the key. Just a moment ago, it was Shackelford who drained a 3. This time he'll try the drive, and off the backboard and in for 2. Shackelford now with 6. Suarez with 4. As the 2 playmakers so far for the Mustangs. Benedictine working the top of the key. That one's going to drop in. Wow, the net barely moved as Fleming drained that one home. Fleming now with 7. Left wing was Suarez. Now back to the top of the key as Jenkins with it. They'll hand it back off. That 3-point shot will go up, just misses. And all black jerseys underneath with the Ravens taking control of the ball again. Ravens now shooting 46% from the floor, and the Mustangs 15%. Really pretty much the tail of the tape right now. On the left side, drive baseline is jammed underneath by Suarez. Hatterley was trying to drive, jammed by Suarez. They'll pass it back underneath and a shoulder in by Clark as Atencia was trying to attempt the drive on the left side, or the right side. Here's the block back at the other end. Take a look at this as they were trying to take it down, and Suarez knocks that back out of Hatterley's hands and gives possession back to the Mustangs. Inbounds pass getting ready to come back in, and a push-off as Jenkins was on the baseline, and an offensive foul. It's going to go to Shackelford on the push-off. So with a chance to maybe get a basket there as Viejo goes out of the game for Benedictine. Coming in for him will be number 31, and that is Yates so far. Yates with 5 points in the game for Benedictine. 21-12, Ravens with the lead on the right wing. They'll try a drive, instead passing it out using perimeter. Down underneath in the paint and a push-off, and this one I believe is going to be on Suarez. Suarez so far no personals, but I believe he's going to get hit with this one on a push-off. That'll be the 15th foul now for the Mustangs. Inbounds pass coming in, looking around is Clark. He'll get it back over to Hatterley, and we're back underway. Just under 9.5 minutes left to go here in the first half. Benedictine with a 9-point lead over the Mustangs and control the ball. Baseline, perimeter, now working the right wing. Shot clock is down to 10. Try to drive through the lane. That one just doesn't fall. Hits the back of the rim and a push-off again. This one, Hatterley, I believe, on the push-off on the baseline on Suarez. So that'll be Hatterley that gets nailed with that one. That'll be his first personal. It's also the 6th team foul now for Benedictine. So at that, we'll take it back down to the other end. Jenkins with control of the ball, just past the midcourt line, over to the right wing. Drive left side, Russell, he'll pass it back to Suarez. Baseline 3-pointer doesn't drop. Fought hard underneath for the basket, and it's going to be Clark that saves it from going out of bounds. A push off again by Suarez. That's quickly going to be his second of the game. Suarez with 6 rebounds, 3 on offense, 3 on defense. And he'll come out of the game subbing out. Coming in for him will be number 30, and that is Yenner, who comes back in the game for the Mustangs. So number 30, Travis Yenner, back in, the freshman from Meridian, Ohio, Idaho. That three-pointer is going to drop. Wow, what an arc that had. 24-12 now, as the number 7-seeded Benedictine Ravens leading the Mustangs. Number 2-seeded, that one's going to go in for the Mustangs. Great shot there by Russell. Now Russell with 3 points in the game. 24-15, just over 8 minutes left to go here in the first half. Looking at the baseline, left side. Benedictine likes to work that perimeter, and that one's going to go off the shoe of Russell, who smiles. It went right off his tennis shoe as he stuck his foot out there. Apparently went out of bounds. Intensia comes back in the game. Coming out is Jenkins, who is in there briefly. Also subbing out is Fleming as he comes out of the game for Benedictine. Inbounds pass, we're back at our way. Ghost with it at the top of the key. He'll look to his left and right. Got player breaking to his right side. He'll take the shot near the free throw line, just short off the front of the rim. Intensia will take it down the court for the Mustangs. Off to the right side to Russell, and a push off and a foul by Yates. Not very happy with the call by the official, but Yates gets tagged nevertheless. Yates with his first personal, that'll be 7 now for Benedictine, and will go to the line. Shot of Yates there as he comes across the screen for you. And Andre Yates, the 195 senior from Dayton, Ohio. Meanwhile, at the free throw line is Lawrence Russell, the junior from Port Townsend, Washington. Russell with 3 points, 1 for 4 from the floor. That one's going to find its way home. Russell also 1 for 2 at the three-point line so far this evening, and a defensive rebound. Russell takes a good long look at it, drains that one home. Mustangs now within 7, 24-17. 7:37 left to go here in the first half. Benedictine draining the clock just a little bit. To the top of the key, working it over the right side. Now there's an open lane, a drive underneath. That one's not going to go down for O'Connor. Had some heavy pressure down at the other end. A layup on the right side by Russell is not going to go in either. Quick runs by both teams down to the other side, but nevertheless, no points gained. That one is going to drop for Hatterley. Now Hatterley with 7 in the game. Over to the left side now. Right side three-point attempt, not going to go in. And again, nearly all black jerseys underneath. We saw Johnson coming in for the Mustangs, but primarily Benedictine trapping out everyone from the Mustang squad. Drive to the middle, stolen away. Intensia with it. He's got 3 players in front of him. Ball loose on the floor. Still loose and grabbed up by Johnson. And then back over to the left wing as Shackelford gets it. 3-point shot. That one misses. Hatterley with the rebound, and Benedictine wants to slow it down a little bit. We saw Coach Moody kind of talking about that. You can see him in the shot just behind there as Ghost takes it down the floor. Right side, fake shot. They're going to hand it back. Looking for help. Bounce pass right side, and they'll get out of it. Shot clock down to 10. Just under 6 minutes left to go first half. Benedictine with the lead, 27-17. Three-pointer misses and out of bounds. So right now for the Mustangs, shooting 4 of 24 is a good shot there of Thomas O'Connor, the sophomore from Wichita, Kansas. O'Connor so far with 1 personal foul. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. As Intensia brings it down the floor for the Mustangs, facing a 7-point deficit, which is 5:41 left to go here in the first half. Back to the left wing. Mustangs shooting 16% as it's stolen away, taken away by Yates, quickly down to the other end. Bounce pass underneath right side. They're going to work it back to the top of the key. They tried to break a man through the middle. It was Ghosten. He couldn't get free. Now he'll go over to the right side. A drive to the middle, over the top. The paint doesn't go in. And the shot by Yates. The ball still loose on the floor as two players, including Yates, are on the floor. And it looks like Jenner, who come together at the baseline for Benedictine. A timeout on the floor. And a chance for both teams to take a breather and talk to their prospective coaches, and a chance to tell you more about the NAIA. So make sure to check out the NAIA National Championship news by visiting the official home of the NAIA at naia.org. Let's go ahead and take a look at that last sequence of plays as we see the drive by Benedictine. Here's the block. You can see the tip in the block, and then the two falling over each other as Jenner hits the deck along with Ghost. And the two are actually look like Yates, and the two of them out of breath. As you can see, both teams in a track meet virtually back and down the court for the last two possessions. And then they are just good contingent of fans for Benedictine on hand from nearby Atchison, Kansas, as well as the Masters University Mustangs from Santa Clarita, California. The Atchison, Kansas folks not far away from the Kansas City, Missouri metro area where we are at Municipal Auditorium. Great to have you along. Mark Morella on your play-by-play. Director Nick Cave doing an excellent job with their videographers. That three-point shot just off the front of the rim and does not go in for the Mustangs. Again, only shooting 4 of 25 from the floor, 3 of 14 right now for the Mustangs from the three-point line. So they're still a bit cold, so still within the game, though, within 10. Mustangs keeping it very tight on defense as they're doing a great job of trying to keep the Ravens from going to the basket, and they right there in a reach in and slap out of bounds as Ghost, they've lost control of the ball, and it'll go back to the Mustangs. Over to the right wing. 27-17, just under 4.5 left to go. Two-point shot just outside the paint. Just about found its way home, but unfortunately didn't for the Mustangs and out of bounds. It looked like it was Cutney who touched that one the last time before it went out of bounds. And so the Mustangs will have the inbounds pass, and Tencia will have the inbounds pass. Get us back underway. Three-point shot, right wing. That one goes in. Yeah, with the nice shot on the right wing. Jenner with his first points of the game. And a reach in by Russell. That'll be Russell's first personal. 17th foul. Here's the pass and the shot. That one drained. Look at that one. Jenner just all net as he drains that one home and gets his first 3 of the game. And his first points as well. Free throw line, other end, it's going to be Connor Fleming stepping to the line. He'll fire that one up, does not make it off the back. Fleming so far with 7 points in the game. He's the high producer for the Ravens. For the Mustangs, it is Shackelford, number 4, who has 8 points. Three-point shot, right wing. That one's going to go in. Now within 4, as we talked about, Mustangs keeping it close. Just a little cold at the start, but boy, they're getting hot now. Over to the right wing, bounce pass right side. Benedictine trying to struggle to get to the baseline, trapped out, and now dual possession, and I believe that will go to, let's see who they're going to call it, or what they're going to call it, dual possession, and that'll go back to the Mustangs. 3 or 4 players. Let's look at that again on the three-point shot. Here it is on the right side, three-point shot. Setting it up is Russell, and look at that shot, arcs right through all net as he hits that one from the right wing. Russell now with 8 points in the game. Shackelford with 8 as well. That layup on the right side is not going to go in as Johnson jammed up underneath, but he's fouled on the shot. So Johnson would go to the free throw line after Cutney with the foul. That'll be his first personal, and the 8th now for Benedictine. No problem for that as Johnson sends it home. Johnson with the shot and the 2 as well. Lewis Johnson, the sophomore from Rancho Cucamonga, and a timeout on the floor called by, I believe, Kelvin Starr. This is a good look at the bench for the Ravens. Coach Ryan Moody, the head coach for the Benedictine College Ravens from Atchison, Kansas, talking over strategy with his squad there as we are a pause. Let's look at some of the three-pointers that are made so far in this game as it rains here at Municipal Auditorium. There's a three-pointer at the left wing for Benedictine, as you saw, number 25. Sunowith, and back to the other end, it is Shackelford who answers back as both teams firing up the threes from the perimeter. Once again, Fleming, and then the left side over to the right wing is Shackelford as he hits another 3. Shackelford with 8 points so far, 8 for Russell for the Mustangs, 2 for Johnson, 3 for Yenner, and 4 for Suarez, who's on the bench right now for the Mustangs. For Benedictine, as they take the ball down the court, shooting 39% from the floor now, 54% from the three-point line. Break to the right side, baseline, trapped out. They'll take it to the top of the key and try it again. Just under 3 minutes left to go. No shot, as that is a push-off on offense. Cutney with the foul. That'll be his second personal, and the 19th foul now for the Ravens. Tennessee takes it down now over the right wing. Just over 2 minutes and 48 seconds left to go here in the first half. 2-point lead. The Mustangs have fought their way back in this one. Down as far as 10 and now within 2. Trying to tie it here or take the lead with this shot. There it goes, just doesn't go in. Follow-up shot and a foul underneath. Atencia fired it up there, didn't get it to go in, and Yenner with the follow-up, but he's fouled on the baseline. I believe it's Cutney that's going to get hit with it. 10th team foul now for Benedictine. Let's take a look at that again. Here's the three-pointer attempt. Right side goes off the rim, doesn't come down, and the foul. Meanwhile, at the free throw line, Yenner puts the first of 2 in. Cutney coming out for him. It's going to be Yates who comes back in. Meanwhile, at the free throw line, the second of 2 is dropped in there for Travis Yenner. Yenner, the freshman from Meridian, Idaho. Yenner now with 5 in the game. And we are all tied at 27. Baseline and a push-off on offense, as I believe Fleming is going to get hit with that one. Fleming now with his second personal. So Fleming in the shot. You see him right there, number 24, Connor Fleming, the senior from St. Louis, Missouri. So down the court we go. The Mustangs with a chance to, after they tied it, now loose on the floor. Yenner had it, and he's going to be fouled, I believe, or they're going to call a foul on Yenner now for... Yeah, it will be a foul on Yenner as he put his shoulder in trying to get that ball back. And so Benedictine will have it back at the other end. Great shot there of Travis Yenner, the 6'7" freshman from Meridian, Idaho. Yenner right now with 5 points so far. Shooting 1 of 5 from the floor, 1 of 5 from the three-point line. Officials get everything lined up, and we're back underway. Rose takes it down the floor, looking to his left side, now back to his right. Just over 2 minutes left to go. Shot clock at 20. Baseline pass left side. At the perimeter. Oh, nearly thrown over to the outstretched fingertips of Yates into the Mustang bench. Able to get that one. Three-point shot right side. That one's just going to miss for O'Connor. And the Mustangs with the rebound. Quickly, Atencia with the ball down the court. He's going to try to drive. He just couldn't get the hand on the ball, and he double dribbles. He saw the lane open up and tried to drive left side, but just couldn't get it to go as he just mishandled that slightly, just juggled it. trying to get to the basket. Great attempt, though, as he was hustling pretty hard from one end to the other. Goes with it, top of the key. Thinking about the pick there and a push-off on offense. That's going to be on Ghost. That'll be his second personal. So here comes the inbounds pass and a chance for the Mustangs to take the lead for the first time in this contest. All tied at 27. Looking down underneath, couldn't get the pass there. Atensi at the top of the key, left wing. Here's a three-pointer, and it's going to go in! And Shackelford puts the Mustangs in the lead for the first time in this game. 30-27 with 1:10 left to go here in the first half. Top of the key, Benedictine trying to answer back with a 3 or a 2 to get within 1. First time the Mustangs have led this game. Over to the left baseline, they'll try a move and a travel. Let's take a look at that one again. Over to the left wing, and you see the shot by Shackelford. Atencio with the assist, and boom, he sends it home and puts the Mustangs in the lead by 3. A great shot there by our videographers here at Municipal Auditorium for the Buffalo Fun's NAIA Division I Men's Basketball National Championship. Hook shot, that one's going to drop in, and Russell with the 2, and suddenly the Mustangs are red hot here on the floor. 32-27 with just over 30 seconds left to go here in the first half. Shot clock is at 20. There's a three-point shot. That one's going to go in. A 3 on the right by Shunneth. Shunneth with the 3. And now Shunneth with 9 in the game. Over to the top of the key. A fake shot by Intensia. Drives it out. Baseline right side. Three-pointer. That's going to go down. Scott with the 3. 35-30, and suddenly it's raining baskets here at Municipal Auditorium. Wow, both teams are ultra hot right here, just as we get down to the end of the half. There's another shot at the end, and that one's going to go in, and will go in at halfway. 35-32. Let's look at the 2 threes. Baseline, drive out to the left, on the right wing. There's a pretty shot, and that one's going to drop in right there for Shunneth. And then back down to the other end. The Mustangs with the drive and a pass over right side baseline, and they drain the 3. And the Mustangs with a 3-point lead at halfway, 35-32 with that shot. Boy, what an exciting basketball as we see Coach Kelvin Starr walk off. And we'll take a quick break, be right back after this break. Courtesy of Buffalo Funds. All right, fellas, are you?
The NAI Showcase is a new initiative that the NAI National Office started, and it provides an opportunity to connect high school student athletes and junior college student athletes with NAI coaches.
Kids that come to these events, they know that it's smaller colleges. They're looking for that opportunity.
The NAI Showcase creates many unique opportunities that you can't find at other showcase events. It all wraps up at the end of the day with an opportunity for a meet and greet where coaches can talk about their programs as well as interact and talk with parents and student athletes.
In basketball, sound fundamentals and a well-thought-out game plan can mean the difference between reaching your goals or falling short. The same goes for investing. The Buffalo Funds are a family of no-load mutual funds based on sound investing fundamentals designed to help you reach your long-term goals. The fund's investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses must be considered carefully before investing. The prospectus contains this and other important information about the Buffalo Funds, and it may be obtained by visiting buffalofunds.com. Read it carefully before investing.
Well, I mean, there's different types of tomatoes. If you're going to have the type that goes...
We all have goals, and now there's a smarter way to save for them. With the U.S. Bank Start Smart Savings Program, when you save $500 in 1 year, you'll get an extra $50. Plus, you'll get a 1% bonus up to $50 on all net gas and grocery purchases with your U.S. Bank debit card. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
College basketball has a beautiful Hall of Fame and needs a Hall of Fame because it is a way to pay tribute and homage to all those that came before us.
To celebrate the past successes of great coaches, great teams.
It's just become really a mecca for college basketball fans. The CBE is outstanding. It gives an opportunity to share history. All of those great coaches, players, and moments in college basketball can be shared and revered forever with the CBE.
Let's take a trip to the edge of the night to put our footprints all over the world. Leaving footprints all over the world.
The student community at William Penn made an impression on me. It's a real statement that you can come here and be part of something real.
You have the opportunity to participate in activities.
The coaches are awesome. It's easy to play for coaches that care about you.
The real experiences at Penn have helped shape who I'm going to be when I graduate. I work harder because I want to be part of the conversation in class.
I am a leader.
I am a trailblazer.
I'm proud to be a statesman.
What is it to be a believer? To know that can't, won't, and don't will never exist in your world. Believers are deaf to the naysayers. Believers know buckets speak louder than words. Spalding is for the believers, because believers are forever true to the game.
In basketball, sound fundamentals and a well-thought-out game plan can mean the difference between reaching your goals or falling short. The same goes for investing. The Buffalo Funds are a family of no-load mutual funds based on sound investing fundamentals designed to help you reach your long-term goals. The fund's investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses must be considered carefully before investing. The prospectus contains this and other important information about the Buffalo Funds, and it may be obtained by visiting buffalofunds.com. Read it carefully before investing.
See your future.
Got to have some team toughness, got to play through the adversity, got to play when the things are not going our way. More importantly, we got to play hard enough to make things go our way.
1, 2, 3, GBO!
These are way better than those.
Chips on 3, 1, 2, 3, yes!
What is it to be a believer? To know that can't, won't, and don't will never exist in your world. Believers are deaf to the naysayers. Believers know buckets speak louder than words. Spalding is for the believers, because believers are forever true to the game.
Well, I mean, there's different types of tomatoes. If you're going to have the type that goes...
We all have goals, and now there's a smarter way to save for them. With the U.S. Bank Start Smart Savings Program, when you save $500 in 1 year, you'll get an extra $50. Plus, you'll get a 1% bonus up to $50 on all net gas and grocery purchases with your U.S. Bank debit card. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
College basketball has a beautiful Hall of Fame and needs a Hall of Fame because it is a way to pay tribute and homage to all those that came before us.
To celebrate the past successes of great coaches, great teams.
It's just become really a mecca for college basketball fans.
The CBE is outstanding. It gives an opportunity to share history, all of those great coaches, players, and moments in college basketball can be shared and revered forever with the CBE.
Let's take a trip to the edge of the night to put our footprints all over the world. Leaving footprints all over the world.
In basketball, sound fundamentals and a well-thought-out game plan can mean the difference between reaching your goals or falling short. The same goes for investing. The Buffalo Funds are a family of no-load mutual funds based on sound investing fundamentals designed to help you reach your long-term goals. The fund's investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses must be considered carefully before investing. The prospectus contains this and other important information about the Buffalo Funds, and it may be obtained by visiting buffalofunds.com. Read it carefully before investing.
The NAI Showcase is a new initiative that the NAI National Office started, and it provides an opportunity to connect high school student athletes and junior college student athletes with NAI coaches.
Kids that come to these events, they know that it's smaller colleges. They're looking for that opportunity.
The NAI Showcase creates many unique opportunities that you can't find at other showcase events. It all wraps up at the end of the day with an opportunity for a meet and greet where coaches can talk about their programs as well as interact and talk with parents and student athletes.
And welcome back to the Buffalo Men's NAIA Division I Men's Basketball National Championship from Kansas City, Missouri, and historic Municipal Auditorium. Mark Morrell with you for all the action. You're listening to the 80th annual event, which is brought to you by the NAIA and Stretch Internet, the NAIA's official video streaming provider. And we are at the halfway point between these two great teams, the Benedictine College Ravens 32, and right now the Masters University Mustangs with the lead 35, with just under 2 minutes left before we get back underway. Here's a video highlight of the teams so far on both sides. A nice shot there by Jenner as he drains the three. Looking back again at Russell, and he hits another great shot on the right wing as well. For Benedictine, the shot by Sennett as he nails it home from the left wing. And back at the top of the key, that shot goes in for Matterly. Back at the top of the key again, it's Russell who sends that one home. And Benedictine taking the drive to the basket and stolen away by Johnson with a drive down the other end, and Atencio with that as we see the end of the video highlights. Great to have you along. We'll take a look at some of the stats as we are at the halfway point again, looking at field goal percentages. And right now it's Benedictine leading the way, 42% from the floor to the Mustangs 28%, Ravens shooting 54% from the three-point line, 37% for the Mustangs. Really the tale of the game so far. Shooting percentages, all the Mustangs able to take the lead here before we went to the halfway point. Free throw line, 100% for the Mustangs, 50% so far for Benedictine. Both teams nearly tied at the rebound category. For assists, nearly the same thing. Turnovers, Benedictine with 8-4 for the Mustangs, so a big difference there. And as you see, the Mustangs able to capitalize there with 12 points off turnovers, and that is why they're still in this game. Let's take a look at the bracket right now for this side. The Liston bracket, Dalton State was able to defeat Harris Stove 84-82 to move on. They'll face off against our next game's winner, Montana Western or LSU Shreveport, while the Cumberlands fell to Texas Wesleyan 74-68, and they'll take on the winner of this game right now with the Mustangs in the lead 35-32 over the Ravens. We finish out first round action here at Municipal Auditorium. So great to have you along. Mark Morrell with you on the play-by-play. Our director Nick McCabe and our host of videographers around Municipal Auditorium doing an awesome job bringing you all the great shots throughout the Buffalo Funds NAIA Division I Men's Basketball National Championships. Right now, again, as we talked about, the big thing has been turnovers for Benedictine, with the Mustangs able to capitalize. That's why they're really in this one. And then they really turned up the wick in the second half of their shooting percentage. Let's see how this works out for the second half. Ravens with the control of the ball off the shoulders, but nearly lost. Yates comes up to steal that one away and make sure it doesn't go out of bounds. He'll try drive left side, and he'll send it home. Yates now at 9. Mustangs on the right wing. Working the left wing now, looking at the top of the key. Benedictine with a man-to-man defense. Shot clock dwindles down to 10. Baseline right side shot. Soares doesn't go down. Taken back into the hands of Hatterley. And Benedictine will wait for everyone to come down and set it up. Now they'll wait for the three-point shot. And now it goes in by Yates. So Yates a 2 and now a 3 as he ends up with 12 points so far now. The high score for both squads. Soares at the top of the key. That one's going to miss off the backboard. So Benedictine comes out shooting hot. It's been Yates with 5 points to start the second. Here's another 2. He misses that one off the rim, but they're going to keep the ball in the rebound by Hatterley. Over to the left wing. A drive through the lane. That one's going to fall short, and it'll go right into the hands of Soares. Benedictine using a man-to-man defense, as both teams pretty much are throughout the game. That one, a fall-away jump shot, does not go in. The tip-in does. Jenkins gets the tip-in in for 2. And again, we're all tied at 37. Every time it looks like Benedictine, the Ravens are pulling ahead, then boom, here come the Mustangs firing right back. Drive left side, they're going to pass it back instead. Baseline shot is going to go a little long. Quickly, the Mustangs on a fast break down the court. They'll try the drive to the lane. That's going to fall short. Soares with a put in for 2. Russell tried it, didn't get it to fall. Soares quickly with a putback in for 2. Now Soares with 6 so far. 10 for Russell, 11 for Shackelford, 2 for Jenkins, and 5 for Yenner. Benedictine, top of the key. So far it's been Yates second half. He's got 5 points, make that 7. Wow, Yates firing away here in the second half. Baseline right side, three-point one. That one's gonna hit the rim and bounce right back out, unfortunately for Yenner. Yates firing all the points in so far here in the second half for Benedictine so far with 7. Bounce pass left side, nearly taken away as Yenner stepped right in the middle of the paint and nearly slapped that one back. Three-point shot, that one's gonna just miss off the rim. Quick break down to the other end. Here's Russell, he'll fire it up off the backboard, glancing in for 2. And Russell now with 10. Make that 12 with those 2. Well, they updated, now Russell with 14. Apparently the scorers table getting caught up with what we're looking at here now. Russell with 12, there we go. Now it's corrected. Over to the right wing, looking to the left side. All alone is Ghost. He doesn't decide to take the shot. Instead, he'll drive the lane and try to take a closer look at it. Doesn't get it to fall, and Soares with the rebound. Right side baseline drive. That one a follow-away jump shot does not go in for Shackelford. And quickly the Ravens down to the other end. Ravens trailing by 2 with 15:50 left to go here in this one. A slap away. Jenkins slaps it out of the hands. Tied up, he's got a player down the court. There's a shot and a big foul across the arm as Yenner was by himself. And a slash across the arm, I believe, by Yates. And that's going to be an intentional foul, I believe, is what they're going to call it. And let's see what they're going to do here. The officials talking with Yenner. It's going to be on Yates. Let's go ahead and take a look at that one more time here. Shooting 2 at the line. There's the drive, and you see Yenner, and then the slash by Yates. The free throw line, it's Yenner who nails that one home. They'll get one more shot at it. Travis Yenner, a freshman from Meridian, Idaho, and misses that one. So 1 for 1 at the line that time for Yenner. Yenner now with 5 points so far, make it 6 with that one free throw in the game so far. Mustangs, Russell with 12, 11 for Shackelford, 2 for Jenkins, 6 for Soares, and now 6 for Yenner. Slap of the ball, and we're back underway as Russell sends it back in. Soares with the glancing shot off the backboard and in for 2. 44-39 now, a 5-point lead for the Mustangs. Baseline left side. Back to the top of the key. Looking to the left baseline. They'll thought about the three. Instead, they'll drive the lane. Get a player out to the right wing. That shot's going to go up and falls just short for Vallejo. A jam up underneath. The shot by Fleming, able to get his ball back as he got jammed up underneath. Bounce pass through the middle. Stolen away by Jenkins and a reach-in. And I believe that's going to be Cutney who gets the foul. Fleming right there as well, but Cutney with the foul, I believe. That'll be his third. So for number 23, Cutney, that is his third personal. Meanwhile, Yenner gets ready to send it in right in front of Coach Ryan Moody of the Ravens. So Benedictine, down the court we go. Russell looks at a two-pointer way out there at the top of the perimeter and a foul underneath. I believe that's going to be Ghost as the fired up shot that follows off the rim and doesn't go in, but a foul underneath the basket. Third team foul now for Benedictine. Sub in as Ghost comes out. Coming in for him will be number 14. That is Clark. Comes in the game. Laquan Clark. Senior from Wichita, Kansas. Over to the right wing. Mustangs with a 5-point lead with 14:56 left to go. Three-point shot right wing. All the way! He falls down as Russell fires it up and knocks in a three as he lands on his back and a timeout called. Actually, let's see, they're calling. Well, the officials suddenly blew the whistle. Let's see what was going on. Well, timeout on the floor. That's what we originally thought. So timeout on the floor. Timeout called on the floor. Let's take a look at that one more time. See baseline right side or right wing. That shot fired up. And then off the backboard and in as he ends up on his back. What a great shot by Russell. Now with 15 points in the game, the high score for both squads. And a 47-39 lead now for the Mustangs. 65,000 student athletes, 250 college campuses, 25 national championship events, and $500 million in athletic aid. Get in the game today at playnaia.org. Well, Benedictine now shooting 14 of 36 from the floor, 38%, 8 of 16 from the three-point line, 50% there, and 3 of 6 from the free throw line, 50%, while the Mustangs shooting 14 of 44, 31% from the floor, 8 of 22, 36% from the three-point line, and 11 of 12, 91%, doing a great job at the free throw line, 91% there. Second half, the Mustangs have come out firing away with 12 points, and all 7 of the second half points for Benedictine were sent in by Yates. So far, Benedictine 7 in the second half, 12 for the Mustangs, and that's pretty much been it. Benedictine will start off at the other end. Sending it in is Norvalis. He'll give it to Clark, and we're back underway. 14:40 left to go. Number 7 seeded Ravens against the number 2 seeded Mustangs. Ravens with the ball. Over to the left wing. Looking to the lane, the drive, a slash across the arm. Trying to go through the lane was Norvalis, and he slashed across the arm. That's going to be on Russell, and that'll be his second, and the 19th foul now is going to the free throw line is Connor Fleming, the senior from St. Louis, Missouri. Fleming with 8 points so far, as we see a couple of subs coming out as Jenkins and Yenner come out for the Mustangs. Fleming at the line, ready for his second of 2. 2 of 3 from the floor so far for Fleming, and that one goes in no problem at all. 47-41, now a 6-point deficit for the Ravens with that action at the free throw line by Fleming. Atencia back in the game, over to the right wing, and there is Russell, who drained that three-pointer from that spot just a moment ago. on the last possession. Atencia bounce pass to Russell. He's going to get it in. Somehow it found its way home over the outstretched hands of the Ravens, and he was able to send it home as Russell now with 17. And a steal by Shackelford. He had Vallejo in front of him. Here's the shot and the pass. It goes up and in. Atencia with the layup. Heavy pressure on the steal and in for two, and he's fouled on the way there. So that'll send Atencia to the free throw line. Let's take a look at that again. Vallejo at the top of the key and stolen away by Shackelford. There's the pass to Atencia, the layup and the foul. (51-41) with the free throw just after that. The missed shot, and then here we are back live on the right side. Ravens bounce pass just outside the paint, and the turnaround is a travel. Hatterley had it and saw the lane, was going to try to drive it, saw an open spot, but spun around, just took an extra step, and that's going to be a travel and a turnover for the Ravens. So Atencia over to the right wing to Johnson, back to Atencia, we're past the midcourt line and back underway with 13-15 left to go. Three-point shot right wing, that one's not going to go down. Fired up by Shackelford in all black jerseys underneath. Vallejo now over to the left wing to Clark. Clark on the left wing wants Fleming to come up to help out. Now he's on the baseline left side. He'll try the two-point shot, doesn't get it to go down, and Soares with the rebound. Quickly to Atencia. The Ravens back really quick on defense. They were back there very fast on the setup and a travel. Pass over to the right baseline to Johnson, and he drug his foot, and so that turnover will give the ball back to the Ravens. Norvalis comes out, and a good shot there of number 31, and that is Yates. Andre Yates, a senior from Dayton, Ohio, will take the ball down the court for the Ravens. Yates so far with 14 points in this game, a high score for the Ravens. Two-point shot, and that's going to go in for Yates. Yates now with 9 in this half. (51-43). Mustangs with the lead by 8. A reach in by Yates at the side of Atencia. That'll be a reach in foul on Yates. That'll be his first personal. For Yates, that will be his third personal. Has the 15 fouls, so we'll be going to the free throw line here pretty quickly. That one misses off the front of the rim for Atencia. The follow-up, and Soares with the jam! Jam for Soares! Taking it home, 53-43. Vallejo answers back. That one off the front of the rim is not going to go down. Russell quickly with the rebound over the right wing. Nearly taken away, some trouble, and a travel. Atencia was having trouble as he was trapped by 2 players for Benedictine and couldn't get control of it and just lost control of the ball, drug his foot, and that one will be a travel and turnover. Let's look at that again. Here's the jam by Soares. Look at the jam going in by Soares. Wow, what a strong move that was on the baseline. Now 10 for Soares with 10 rebounds, so he is in a double-double. Over to the left wing and out of bounds. That ball tipped out by Soares, and so that'll go right into the bench of the Ravens, but come right back to their attention as they'll continue with control of the ball. Yates with it on the left wing has been the big playmaker here in the second half. Three-point shot, that's going to be a foul off the hand. I believe Shackelford clipped his hand as he fired that one up. Actually, they're going to say it was on Russell, number 2. So Yates will come to the line, and I believe that is a three-point. He'll shoot 3 at the line. Andre Yates, the 195 senior from Dayton, Ohio, played at Cleveland State, will toe the free throw line for the Ravens. Yates with 16 points so far. This is just off the front of the rim. Yates also 7 of 14 from the floor, 2 of 4 at the three-point line. And a good shot there of the head coach for the Ravens, Ryan Moody, looking on. And he's going to make that one. All crucial shots here at the end. 44-53. Yates trying to draw that deficit up just a bit more here with another free throw. That one's going to go in. So 2 for 3 at the line that time for Yates at the free throw line. Looks like Hatterley's going to come out, coming in for him. See who we have now. O'Connor, Fleming, Shunneth back in the game. Yates and Norvalis in for Benedictine. Atencia, Russell, Shackelford, Torres, and Yenner for the Mustangs. A drive to the basket. That one's not going to go down. A drive by Russell, loose on the floor. Dual possession, and that will go back to, I believe, the Mustangs. Big hustle on the floor by both teams trying to get that loose ball, but dual possession as you see Yenner in the shot right there, number 30. As Travis Yenner from Meridian, Idaho. Back to the top of the key and a push off on defense. Actually, let's see if they were looking at that or maybe the clock. I think they're resetting the clock underneath there. And they will do so. So now we'll bring that back in and try that one more time as Yenner stands in front of his own bench, in front of Coach Kelvin Starr, the head coach for the Mustangs from Santa Clarita, California. There's a great shot of the coach. Coach Starr as Yenner gets ready to put it in, and we're back underway as he gets it to Atencia and back into action with 11 minutes, just over 11 minutes left to go. Left wing, three-point shot. Pretty shot sent in by Shackelford. Wow. Shackelford now with 14 and 3 players in double figures. 17 for Russell, 14 for Shackelford, and 10 for Torres. And now 56-45 lead. And a nice layup by Yates at the other end. Wow, Yates over some traffic and able now with 20 points for Yates. 3-point shot went back. Going to go in again for Shackelford. 2 in a row on the threes for Shackelford, and now 17 for Shackelford. Russell with 17, also in the double, and Torres with 10 and 10 rebounds, so the double-double for Torres so far. Baseline left side shot. That one's going to rattle around the rim. It doesn't find its way home. Atencia quickly right side. Another three-pointer by Shackelford. Wow! 20 for Shackelford and a timeout called by Ryan Moody, the head coach of the Benedictine College Ravens. After that one, let's look at the reigning three-pointers here at Municipal Auditorium. On the left side, there's a three-pointer by Shackelford on the left wing. Now over to the right wing. Back to the top of the key, right wing, and Shackelford again with the three. As the Mustangs take it down the court, get ready for defense as the Benedictine team takes it down. And that sends us back to where we are now with the 62-47 lead from the Mustangs. Go ahead and take a look at that again. And look how far he shoots that one out there from outer space, almost the midcourt line for Shackelford as he drains that three almost from midcourt. And again, Shackelford now with 20 points in the game. 7 of 16 for Shackelford from the floor. 6 of 13 from the three-point line for Shackelford. How about that? Wow, incredible. Make sure to check out NAIA National Championship News by visiting the official home of the NAIA at naia.org. Well, it's been a tale of two halves as the first half, the Mustangs were pretty cold until they got too close to the midway point and able to tie it up. And now we're getting to the second half of this one, and the Mustangs have come out firing. The hottest player for Benedictine has been Yates with 20 so far in this game. Fleming with 9. 2 for Cutney, and Hatterley with 7. Drive to the right side as they'll take it past the midcourt line. Find themselves down now 62-47. Just outside the paint. That one's not going to go down. Both teams now shooting close to 38% from the floor. Right side drive. I'll think better of it and set it back up at the top of the key. Looking over to the left wing. Shackelford looking over to his right side. He'll take the two-point shot. Will go in. Russell with 2. Russell now with 17. Fall away jump shot baseline. That does not fall in. And Suarez with the rebound. Right side or left side drive, off balance shot. Tried to get it in was Atencia, just couldn't get the angle on it. That went by Yates. Oh, did everything but fall in. Suarez with the rebound. Wow, Yates had the angle on that one. It just rattled around the rim and didn't fall in for him. 9 minutes left to go. 64-47. Mustangs, right wing shot, three-pointer. It's just gonna miss. Suarez kind of slapped at it, but the rebound taken down by Shunnett. And back down to the Benedictine end we go. Well, nearly lost in the floor. Now it's going to be trapped out. It's Fleming had it. It looked like it hit his shoe. And then he's going to be a breach over the back by Yenner for the foul. So for Yenner, that'll be his third and the third personal for this side. Third team foul for Yenner. Still come out of the game. Also coming out is Atencia. Now it's Jenkins, Russell, Shackelford, Johnson, and Suarez in for the Mustangs. There's a foul underneath on the push-off on offense. So goes Cutney, Fleming, Shunnett, and Yates in for Benedictine. Back underway. Mustangs with the lead and control the ball with 8.5 left to go. 64-47. Right wing Russell. Now it'll be Suarez down at the top of the key. Boom! And he sends it home. Suarez with 12 rebounds, 7 on defense, 5 on offense, and now 12 points as well. Tapped out of bounds by Russell on the pass to the baseline. Let's look at that again. Here is the top of the key, and there is Suarez with the shot. Boom, and that one all net as it goes home. Shackelford's going to come out of the game, and Atencia comes back in for him as we get ready for Benedictine to send it back in. Back underway. The drive to the lane and some heavy pressure as Fleming tried to take it to the basket through the paint and slapped back by Suarez. A little bit of a body check by Suarez. That'll be his second, it looks like. Third now. Third as they update the monitor, and that's going to send Fleming to the line. Number 24, that is Connor Fleming, the senior from St. Louis, Missouri. No problem with that shot at the free throw line. Fleming with 10 points, Yates with 20. The second half, 31 points in the second half. For the Mustangs, Benedictine with 17 now with that shot in for the Ravens. Inbounds pass, and here we go as the Mustangs will take it down with a 66-49 lead and 8 minutes left to go. Mustangs seated number 2. Ravens seated number 7 as we went into tonight's action. That one off the front of the rim is not going to go down, and a push-off on the back. And I believe it'll be Walrup who had the push-off. That'll be his first personal, and a timeout on the floor called by Coach Kelvin Starr of the Masters University Mustangs. So a timeout on the floor as we look over at the bench for the Ravens and Coach Ryan Moody, the coach of the Benedictine College Ravens. Let's take a look at some of the action back on the floor again just before we went to the break. The left wing, and there is Shackelford again with the 3, top of the key, and Shackelford with that one at 3. Just inside the perimeter, and again, look at this beauty by Shackelford. Look at the arc on that ball as it goes through all net. Mustangs working the ball, and there's again Shackelford on the left wing for the 3. Shackelford now in the game, takes a breather. 20 points for Shackelford. He is 7 of 16 from the floor, 6 of 13 at the three-point line for Shackelford. Back underway. Mustangs with it and a push. And again, I believe this time it may be either Fleming or Walrup. Actually, they're going to call it on offense, so that'll be push on Johnson. That'll be his first, I believe, and then the second personal and the 15th foul now for the Mustangs. They're going to reset that one back to the other end. Sub back in as Shackelford comes back in. And Russell takes a breather. Shackelford now with 20 points, enters back in the game. We saw basically his highlight reel there just a moment ago with the threes that he has knocked down today. 6 3-pointers for Shackelford. Top of the key, Yates with it, thinking about the drive to the lane. Now he takes it home. How did he do that over 3 players? Wow, what a move. What a move by Yates now with 22 points. 66-51, just under 7.5 left to go, and Walrep, I believe, with the push-off. That'll be quickly his second personal. Let's take a look at that again. Here's the move by Yates. Look at the move that he makes. Backhanded. I'm not even sure he was looking at the basket as he went back over his head to look backward. That was incredible. Shackelford at the free throw line makes the first of 2. Reed Shackelford, the 5'11", 190 senior. Shackelford in this game now with 21 points. Make that 22 with that free throw there. What a game for Shackelford. 68-51, just under 7.5 left to go. .33 points here in the second half for the Mustangs. That one's going to miss off the front of the rim. Benedictine with 19 here in the second half. Big difference there has been that points producing by Shackelford. That one's going to go off the kneecap of Ghost and back into the Mustangs' hand. Looks like Suarez will bring it back in with Atencia just in front of him. 7:05 left to go. Baseline right side. It's going to be Suarez with it on the right wing. Doesn't tap it in, and then they try the follow-up. It's Walrep who takes the rebound down for Benedictine. Yates will take it, and he'll try a 3-point shot and nails that one. How about Yates from the right wing and nails a 3-pointer quickly, and a timeout called. Wow, 25 now for Yates with that shot. 3-pointers. He has 10 from the floor. Look at this shot again. Wow, what a shot, and a pretty one by Yates as he sent that one home. Boy, you can see him right there, trying to keep his team right there in contention as we look over at the bench for the Ravens. And Coach Ryan Moody, the head coach for the Ravens. You can see him right in the middle of their huddle right there. Make sure to check out the NAIA National Championship News by visiting the official home of the NAIA at naia.org. 68-54, 6:44 left to go in this one. It's Benedictine, who led most of the first half, has found their way in a deficit now here in the second half. Outshot 33-22 in the second half by the Mustangs from Santa Clarita, California. Mustangs with it on the left wing, looking to the right side. It'll be Atencia who comes up over to the right wing. To Johnson and a push. And I believe Fleming. Fleming tapped with that foul. That'll be his second. Fleming with 11 points, and that'll put DeLewis Johnston at the free throw line. Johnson with 2. Johnson, a sophomore from Rancho Cucamonga, California. They go 1 for 2 at the line that time. 69-54 as the clock dwindles down. 6:25, that 3-pointer just misses off the front of the rim. Right side drive. Oh, and now it's going to go over the back of the backboard, so technically out of bounds as Shackelford tried to lay up on the right side with heavy pressure. 22 of 64. The Mustangs 36% from the floor, 18 of 48. The Ravens 37% from the floor. That 3-pointer is not going to go for Yates. That one taken down by Atencia quickly down to the other end, but you see, boy, how quickly Benedictine gets down to the other end on defense. Great hustle. As you see all black jerseys underneath blocking out. basically got 3-on-1, and there was no 1-on-3. No way he was going to take the move. Baseline drive and a foul. Yenner tried to drive on the baseline and slapped across the arm. I believe Shennet will be the culprit. And I believe that's going to put Yenner at the line, and it does. Travis Yenner will go to the free throw line. He'll shoot 2. The freshman from Idaho. Yenner now with 7. 7 rebounds for Yenner, 2 on defense, or 2 on offense, 5 on defense for Yenner with 7 points, 1 of 7 from the floor. That one's going to go in as well. So make it 8 for Yenner. 74-51, 5:40 left to go. Benedictine looking to drive the lane. They'll pass it back out instead in the perimeter. Man-to-man defense. They park Yenner in the middle, though. It looks like they're going to send him right there, and that shot is just going to miss. And all Mustangs underneath that one for the rebound on defense. Quickly down the other end, and a layup. Wow, what a layup downtown by Atencia. He took it all the way downtown after the layup. And Atencia now with 4 points. Top of the key, here's Yates. He'll try the drive, gets a shot, hits the front of the net. Doesn't go in, but underneath is Yenner, who had it, looks like had the position, so that'll be a charge by Yates. Let's get it again. Here's Atencia taking it down. Look at the fake and then the underhanded layup. What a move. Nice, nice. I love the freeze there. You can really see the move, and great job by our folks back in the truck and our director, Nick McCabe. Nice playback and great videography there to give you that shot. Very pretty. Bounce pass right side. Mustangs with the lead, a little hook shot, and that one's going to drop in for Russell. Russell now with 21. 22 for Shackelford. Pass out, baseline, 3-point shot is going to rattle around and not go down. The skyscraper rebound by Shackelford. Baseline, they get it down underneath, and a foul. So Johnson was down there, and Fleming didn't want him to get the easy bucket, and so he puts his arms around him for the foul. I believe they're going to call that intentional, so they'll go back to the free throw line. Let's look at that again. We'll take a look at that again after DeLewis Johnson takes the shot at it here. You could see that one, and he had it. There's the hug. Johnson sends up the second of 2 and makes that one. So 2 for 2 for Johnson at the line. And now a 77-54 lead with 4:36 left here to go. And the Mustangs continue with possession. Atencia will send it in. Back to Johnson and back underway. 4.5 minutes left to go. Johnson with the drive. Here's a layup left side. Good. Johnson now with 7. Yates, who's been the big playmaker here for Benedictine in the second half. Here's the drive, backhand a layup, and he puts it in. Wow, what a move and a big smile by Yates. He could, in terms of the scores table, there's another 2. Wow. Yates now for Benedictine with 27 points, a high score for both teams. How about that by Yates? Wow. 11 of 20 from the floor, 3 of 7 from the 3-point line for Yates.
Here we go.
The break. Go ahead and look at the stats between these two squads so far, as we're about 4 minutes and 14 seconds away from deciding who's going to win. Look at the field goal percentages: 19 of 52 for Benedictine, 25 of 63 for the Mustangs. The Ravens 9 of 19 at the 3-point line and 11 of 28. You can see how much the Mustangs turned it around. 30 rebounds, pretty much the same. The Mustangs, though, with 7 additional. And the turnovers, big category there. 13 to 7 for Benedictine, losing the ball 13 times to the 7 for the Mustangs, and 22 points off of that, capitalizing the Mustangs, doing a good job, and that's why we see the lead there. And Benedictine crowd here from nearby Atchison, Kansas, looking on the Ravens. You can see their mascot there in the grandstands here at Municipal Auditorium, here having a good time, hoping for a victory. And meanwhile, the folks from Santa Clarita, California, the Masters University Mustangs crowd here as well, shouting on for the Mustangs as they're trying to hold on to the win. 79-56 with the lead right now with 4:14 left to go. Intencia, top of the key, bounce pass, and that one's going to be slapped away on the rejection. The shot up by Jenkins and slapped back, and a foul. That's going to be on Fleming. And that'll put Evan Jenkins to the free throw line, the senior from Los Angeles, California. That one is going to rattle around and go home. His first points for on that free throw attempt, and then at second. So 2 for 2 at the line that time for Jenkins, now with 4 in the game. 21 for Russell, Shackelford with 22 and 12 for Suarez. Those players on the bench right now for the Mustangs. Intencia with the rebound, a quick break, and there's the jam. They try it at the other end, couldn't get it in as Jenner. Just too much momentum, couldn't get it home. Yates, top of the key, three-pointer, just gonna fall short. Intencia with the rebound. Yates with some pressure, trying to take it down the court. Bounce pass left side, and they'll set it back up. 3.5 minutes left to go, 81-56. The Mustangs with the lead. Drive right side, that one's gonna miss. The Ravens with the rebound. 3-point shot left wing, off the front of the rim, that's not gonna go down. So Jenkins quickly down to the other end, bounce pass right side, Johnson left. He'll try an underhanded layup hook, and that one doesn't go off the glass and go in. Falls a little bit short. Left side baseline is Benedictine fighting their way back at the free throw line. That shot's just gonna miss off the front of the rim. 81-56, and now 37% for the Mustangs from the floor, 33% for Benedictine, 19-56. Intencia at the top of the key, kind of burning the clock down. Shot clock down to 5. He'll take the 3-point shot right wing. Rattles around the rim. It doesn't go in, and Yates with the rebound. Boy, that did just everything but fall in and just threw itself back out. Right baseline 3-point shot. That one is not going to fall as well for Benedictine as they are finding themselves a little cold here in the second half. And a timeout called on the floor. Let's see if they get called. Looks like they're going to call timeout. Both teams looks like they're heading to their benches, and it is a good look over at the bench of Kelvin Starr, the head coach of the Mustangs. As you see, most of the players subbing out for both teams, and you can see Yates coming off the floor. Yates with 27 points comes off the floor, and big substitutions for both sides. So it'll be Ghost, Harrison, O'Connor, Woolruff, and Cutney in for Benedictine. Intencia, Jenkins, White, Scott, and Anderson in for the Mustangs. Intencia with it, top of the key, 3-point shot at that one is not going to fall in. Ball tapped around loose. It's going to be Ghost who gets it back down in his possession. 1:45 left to go. Ball loose on the floor, taken away by Intencia. He's got one player in front of him. Let's see if he tries it. He's going to pass it off right side, and that layup is going to go in. Taken in by Scott, who joined the floor just a moment ago. Keegan Scott, the sophomore from Spirit Lake, Idaho. Ball tapped away again. This one out of bounds as Jenkins came up, nearly out of bounds. Ghost was able to save it before it did. Turnaround jump shot in the paint is going to miss, and it'll be Jenkins with the rebound. 83-56. Now as the clock dwindles down with 1:13 left to go. Intencia at the baseline, trapped out, hands it back out instead. Gets it back to Anderson, and Anderson with the 2. Has just joined the game a moment ago. Caleb Anderson, sophomore from Clovis, California, just under a minute to go. So it'll be the Mustangs who will get the win and move on with a record of 27-4. And for Benedictine, this will end their season at 21-11. Intencia at the left wing, and a travel. Had it, was looking down underneath, tried to set up pass, and just took his foot Drugging across the floor a little too much. Mustangs with an 85-56 lead now with just a little over 30 seconds left to go. That missed the ball loose underneath, and it's out of bounds. Trying to save it underneath there was Scott. Intensity was there right there with them, as well as Jenkins, but not able to save it as it went out of bounds, and Harrison will send it back in. Actually, it looks like Ghost will send it back in for Benedictine. Inbounds pass. Putney with it, and back to the left side. Ghost tries to take the shot, misses it. White, and then down the field we go to Jenkins. He'll just let it go out of bounds. Very cool. Thank you, Nick. So the Mustangs now with an 85-56 lead, and they're going to win it here with 15 seconds left to go as the clock goes down. Benedictine will take it down the court. Let's see if they fire up one more to end their season. That one's going to go up and miss, and that's going to do it as Harrison takes the shot, and the Mustangs hold it, and the clock runs out. 85-56, and the win will go to the Mustangs. 85-56, your final as the Mustangs get the win. The Masters University Mustangs over the Benedictine College Ravens. 85-56. What a great game this was between both teams. And now the Mustangs move on with a 27-4 record. The number 7 seeded Ravens in their season 21-11 overall as both teams shake hands as we see a great shot of Kelvin Starr and Yates, who was a big playmaker there in the second half. Let's look at some of the highlights as we see as the game progressed onward in the second half. It was really the tale of two halves, and there Yates with the backhanded layup, a big playmaker. Great game between these two teams, and again it was the Mustangs able to get the win. 85-56. Great game on the other side. These two teams fought back and forth. Great action coming up. You're watching the live action at the Buffalo Funds NAIA Division I Basketball National Championship from Kansas City, Missouri, brought to you by the NAIA and Stretch International.
Let's go!